Hello, Nazma, where are you? Oh, are you busy right now? If you're not, can you help me? I need to discuss with you something. Okay, I'll be at the Nescafe shop. Okay, see you there. Bye. So here's the problem. I feel like investing in bond, but I don't know which one should I choose between these three. Do you have any idea on how to choose bond?
Actually, I don't have enough information that which bond we need to select. But yeah, I have one idea. If we go to the bank and then ask the analyst, what do you think?
Oh, go to the bank and see the analyst
Yeah.
to explain to us.
Yeah, if we have any questions, so we can ask them about the bond, which bond we need to
Oh,
invest.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, let's go.
Hi, welcome to ABC Bank. How can we help you?
Actually, me and my friend are here to ask about the bond, and then we don't know which bond we need to select that the bond give us the highest return. So can you please explain about the bond that we need to choose which one?
Before you can decide, you need to know about the yield curve first. Do you know what is yield curve?
No, I don't really know what is yield curve. So can you explain to me what is yield curve?
Okay, so basically yield curve is a line that plot all the interest rate for bonds that have the same credit quality but different maturity dates.
Adding to that point, I think there are three types of yield curve which you have to know about. One is the upward sloping yield curve, which for that the long-term yields are rising over the short-term yields, and it will have a big difference between the short-term and long-term return expectations. And the second one is inverted yield curve. In that case, the long-term yields go below the short-term yields, and this happens mainly due to the expectation of decline in inflation, and it actually affects the economic downturn. Then we have the flat yield curve, where all the maturities are happening in the same yield curve.
I see. Now I understand a bit. So can you please tell us which bond should we invest in?
So referring to the yield curve as mentioned just now, I think upward sloping is the most preferred because positive steep curve means that the investors are expecting positive economic growth and there will be higher inflation. So when there is high inflation, that means there will be higher return on bonds. However, if you choose inverted yield curve, that means the investors are expecting sluggish economic growth, which means there will be lower return on your bonds. And if you choose the flat one, that means the investors are unsure about the future economic growth. So it's better for you to go for the upward sloping because it's going to give you higher profit for bonds.
Oh, now I know. I think we need to choose bond one because it will give us the highest return. What do you think?
Yeah, me too. I think the same as you, because the graph shows we will get a higher return.
Okay. So
Three stylized facts of the yield curve. Fact 1. Interest rates for the different maturities move together. Fact 2. Yield curves tend to have a steep upward slope when short-term rates are low and a downward slope when short-term rates are high. Fact 3. Yield curve is typically upward sloping. Expectations theory says that interest rate on long-term bond is equal to the average of the short-term interest rate that is expected to occur over the life of the long-term bond. Three key assumptions under expectations theory. Buyers do not prefer bonds of one maturity over another. Buyers will not hold any quantity of a bond if its expected return is less than that of another bond with a different maturity. Bonds with different maturities are perfect substitutes. Its expected returns are equal. The interest rate on a bond of a particular maturity is determined by the demand and supply for that bond, not affected by the return on other bonds. Two key assumptions under segmented markets theory. Bonds of different maturities are not substitutes at all. The expected return from holding a bond of one maturity does not affect the demand for a bond with another maturity. Liquidity premium theory says that the interest rate on a long-term bond will equal an average of short-term interest rates expected to occur over the life of the long-term bond plus a liquidity premium that responds to supply and demand conditions for that bond. Three key assumptions under liquidity premium theory. Bonds of different maturities are substitutes. The expected return on one bond does affect the expected return on a bond with different maturity. Holds longer-term bonds if there is a positive liquidity premium. Based on the explanation, we can see that expectations theory explains the first two stylus facts of the yield curve, while segmented market theory explains the third fact, and liquidity premium theory explains all facts.